G'day saxophone rock stars. Well, welcome to our first video of this short series in which you will hopefully be able to go a bit more in depth on on some of the material we've been covering in the lessons and maybe some extra tricks and tips to help you along your way. So today's lesson is really how to effect a good setup of your saxophone mouthpiece and neck. So the 3 or 4 pieces in question now is the reed, and you'll remember you've just got to soak that in your mouth, leave it in your mouth for a couple of minutes and get that moist, by which stage you should have already had your mouthpiece on the neck, and you'll notice that that's the correct alignment, not upside down. So some people put their mouthpieces on so that that part of the mouthpiece is actually towards the ceiling. Well, that's not right. You've got to keep that small pad that's on the end of the mouthpiece up top so that you can rest your 2 front teeth on it. So you'll need to push it on. There's about 1 centimetre there between the mouthpiece and the end of the cork, and that's pretty much on average a good place to start. And then you'll take your reed and lay it on the mouthpiece, and you'll notice that I've first put the mouthpiece on the neck before I do that, and so it's really just to avoid having your mouthpiece with the reed all set up and then squishing it onto your neck of the saxophone and your reed going all out of position. So you may as well put your mouthpiece on first, lay the reed with the flat side, which is that side and not that side, the flat side of the reed on the flat side of the mouthpiece. So you get something like that, and you'll just have a fraction of the mouthpiece showing over that edge, something that looks a bit like that. So it's really just a sliver of the reed sticking up above the end of the mouthpiece. So once you've adjusted that, then you need to slide on the ligature, making sure that the wide end of the ligature goes on first, and screws will be to your right. So screw on the reed, and here you don't have to really turn it incredibly hard. You just turn it enough so that that reed is stable on the mouthpiece and it's not going to move. And I tend to tighten the bottom screw a little bit more than the top screw. That kind of seems to work for sound. So once that's all on, then you're ready to play. Now, the first exercise that we covered in the first week was just simply rest those 2 front teeth on the mouthpiece pad, roll out your bottom lip a little bit so that you've got a bit more kind of firm control over that reed, and blow. So I'm using my tongue as well. My tongue sits on the bottom of the reed, and when I start the note, it'll just go da. So we're aiming for a long, stable note, and if you can do that, then you're really in a good position to put the whole saxophone together. So good luck with that, and practice hard.